Hey guys, listen, happy Thursday. For some reason, I feel like this week went by so fast. Okay, it's already Thursday, but happy Thursday, y'all. It is Trending Topics Thursday. And let me tell you something, if y'all missed last night, woo, it was what a night. Okay, now listen, guys, don't be trying to hijack this train. Y'all try to hijack this train and have me on here all night long. We ain't doing that. We ain't gonna hijack this train, not tonight. Okay. Listen, guys, I see some people trying to join the train ride, but you know how it goes down over here. The train is packed. It's already packed. I'm just waiting to bring the people on. But the train is packed, okay? It's jam-packed. And listen, guys, every night, y'all be jumping this train. Y'all do Diva dirty. Y'all treat Diva bad. I'm going to go on vacation again. I need to go for 30, 60 days or something like that because y'all treat Diva bad, okay? Y'all be jumping the train. Y'all can't even hit the like button. Hit that like button. That's it. That's your ticket on this train, right? Come on, Rebels. Thank you so much. We need a what? We need a choo-choo, everybody. Now, listen, before I even board this train, let me tell you what tonight is about. Last night, because it's the month of June, we dedicated it to the dads. Happy Father's Day. All right? Tonight, because you know June is graduation month. The people graduate from pre-K, kindergarten, first grade, fifth grade. You know, graduations galore. Okay, June is graduation month. So we're dedicating this show, Graduation Blues. Okay, so thank you, Julius. Come on now, get Diva all the way together. Come on now, Julius. That's what I'm talking about. And yes, June is Pride Month too. I may have to do a Pride show. Thank you, Julius. Pull me all the way together. Y'all know y'all got to gather me. And I don't catch feelings. That's another thing. Let me say this right now. Y'all know on the Diva train, if you're going to get on this train, you can't catch no feelings. You better stand your ground and don't back down because I ain't backing down. As long as you don't take your grievances against the person, if your grievances is on the subject, let's get it in. Okay? So thank you, Julius. It's Pride Month. I may have to do a little something for Pride Month. Okay, I thank you. Only got a couple days left because June is almost over. All right. So listen, last night was dedicated to the men's. Okay? The men's in the building. And what we learned last night, I'm sorry, ladies, this didn't come from me. The men said this. Ladies, stop saying Happy Father's Day to another female. The men said it's their day. And that's that. Now, but we didn't get last night to talk about Brian Mcknight. I'm going to squeeze him in for a smidgen today. Because today is graduation blues, okay? There's one chick, she snatched the mic out of the hand of the faculty member. And then she dropped the mic. We're going to get into it. We got another one. Because the girl, she did a little shimmy shake across the stage. The faculty member said, go on, you ain't getting your degree. You ain't getting it. Keep pushing. You wanted to dance and we told y'all the rules? She told kid, get the going. Then we got another kid, so sad. Graduation blues, people. Okay? He got pow-powed. And the administrator blamed it on him and said, you cannot come to prom or graduation. And told him that prom and graduation is a privilege. So you lucky we helped you graduate. Now, don't be complaining because I'm not letting you come to prom or graduation because it's a privilege. You got your degree and I set you up for success. So go on about your business and leave me alone. Okay? So it's graduation blues, and we're gonna get into it. So let me board this train. Y'all know what y'all need to do. If I gotta board this train, you gotta give me a what? A choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. We're about to board this train for Trending Topics Thursday, and we're gonna get it in. Now I'm gonna bring the people in the building. Hey, Roy.
Royers in the house. You better watch your mouth. Hey, y'all. Listen, it's Pride Month. Listen, we are celebrating 50 years as well of hip hop. It is the anniversary of hip hop this month as well. Look, like you said, it's Father's Month. Like, we are just celebrating for the month of June.
Celebrations galore, honey. Hey,
20,
in my opinion,
number
hey,
20,
Dustin.
choo-choo.
Hey, Diva, choo-choo.
And I want to say something. I want to say something real quick.
Yes,
Diva,
go ahead.
don't go on vacation again for a while because I missed you too much. Now, come on now.
Oh, thank you, Dustin. Thank
Diva,
you.
if you go on vacation, take me with you. Just pack me in your suitcase, take me with you.
I'm going to bring everybody along. Hey,
me too.
Leo. Dustin.
Choo-choo. Ticket number 12. Just tell me where you going. I'm going to get my ticket.
I'll tell everybody. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Carrie.
Hey, choo-choo. In my opinion, you know your husband, you are not going nowhere, honey.
Oh, baby, that man does not care as long as...
They're going to be right in that suitcase with you.
Hey, y'all.
As long as I fix him some food, he is fine with me leaving, baby.
As long as he gets some groceries, he don't care where I go.
Hey, Nikki. Hey, Adele. All right, people. Hey, you know, Best IBK, I was in Grenada. Yes, I was in Grenada. We had a ball. Okay, so everybody, we ready for this?
Diva, you trying to get this train to shaking tonight, huh?
Woo, honey, we're going to get into it. But first, we got to do a follow-up on Brian Mcknight, okay? So we're going to squeeze Brian Mcknight
back at negative 100.
Child, let me tell you something about Brian Mcknight. Brian Mcknight, he thinks if he shows us enough of the stepkids, we're going to forget what he did to the biological kids. But I want to let Brian Mcknight know in the month of June, the father's...
We're not going to forget.
Come on now, Dustin.
We're not going to forget what you did. We're not going to forget what you did to the...
And we're not forgiving you either.
That part.
He doing his one last cry.
What did he do? I don't know what he did.
Listen, he said back at 1. He's back at negative 100,000. I switched.
No, he got that one last cry too. He got one last cry as a song too. He crying.
He don't care. He don't care about none of us, and he don't care about what we say. He don't care about them kids. He love the kids that he with right now. His brand new Brian Mcknight Jr. He care about him.
We're not going to forget. We're never going to forget.
We're never going to forget. Hold on. So for Father's Day, the fam dressed alike in these shirts right here, and they made speeches at dinner to Brian Mcknight. And Brian Mcknight posted it like we care and like we're going to forget. But we're here to let them know over in the Diva.
We're not going to forget.
We're not going to forget. So hold on. Let me share this with y'all.
How good of a father this man has been to me and my family, everyone. He really is one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life. I love you so much. He's my father. I'm blessed with because I know how good of a father this man has been to me and my family, everyone.
Boy, sit your butt down somewhere. You just
I love you so much.
It makes me cringe.
He's my father.
He don't mean that.
He's talked to me for hours about boy advice. She's picked me up from dates gone wrong. And he gets to hear all about my day at the hospital. My goal truly in life is to make you proud. And I've seen everything that you do for me and Jack and how you set us up in life for success. And I never want to take you for granted. And I'll spend the rest of my life making sure that I make you proud.
He reading off a piece of paper.
He talked to me for hours about boy.
And you could tell it's a piece of paper too. It's not from the heart.
Child, that was the daughter.
All of them doing it from some paper script that he done wrote up. That's why I said they don't mean that. You see how he was rocking? He was trying to remember. What else he said?
Well, hold on, guys. So that is his two stepchildren. That was the son. The daughter wasn't in the frame. She was talking, and that was on Father's Day. And he's sitting there boo-hooing like a baby. You know what, yeah. Brian? Hold on one second, Dustin. You know what, Brian? I'm going to need you next time to have all your kids at that table, to set all of your kids up for success, to not deny the biologicals, but praise the stepchildren. Now, I'm not mad at these stepkids because this ain't got nothing to do with them. It got everything to do with Brian. And Brian, for this Father's Day, you get an F from me. Let me start with Royer, and I'm coming around. Royer, what are your thoughts?
So I'm a little confused. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little confused because I thought he had a good relationship with the two eldest sons. Didn't he tell us that? A while back, he had let us know that he had a good relationship. So why wasn't they invited to the dinner? You know, if you only have a problem with one child, not to say that anybody should be left out, but if your problem was just with one child, where were the other two? It's the continuous lies for me. The way that he just sat there, you can tell that, in my opinion, the way his body language was reading, it was fake. It was phony. These kids don't pay no attention to him. This was just for today. As he already told us, Brian Mcknight Jr. is his number one and his only. You know, Brian is living up to exactly what he has already showed us that he is. A no good, you know what. So, you know, I'll leave it at that.
That part. In my opinion, your thoughts?
He got his one last cry, and that's all I got for him.
Boom. Okay. Dustin, your thoughts?
Diva, you know how I already feel, so I'm going to go off tonight. This is sickening for me to see this again, and them kids are going to have a rude awakening one of these days, and they're not. He might act like he loves them now, but he don't really love them. He don't really love them.
Mm-hmm. Full of it. He's a mess. Thank
you. He's full of a person anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move. So they're gonna have to realize that when they get older. I don't know, but he's full of it right now. He's gonna be full of it for the rest of his life.
Boom. Adele, what are your thoughts?
He's another person I feel sorry for because he's under the impression that the kids are the ones that needs to fix everything. And I think he forgets that the fact that you brought them into this world, you participated in that, you should be able to invest the time that's needed to try to fix everything. Well, I shouldn't say everything because no one's life is perfect. And that's the other part of it. Even if it's not perfect, they're your children. Those are not a relationship that you can choose to just play with. And I wish them well. I still hope, to be honest with you, that they can work something out and things will change.
I do too, but he don't seem like the type, unfortunately. But you know what? Prayers changes everything. So I put in a prayer. Nikki, what are your thoughts?
I still, unfortunately, don't know what Mr. Mcknight did. I just know that it's been like everywhere, but I haven't stopped to read anything. So I just assumed he must have abused somebody so I don't know what he did. But did he do something like physically to the children?
No, he just denied.
He disowned them.
He just disowned.
Oh. Why would he do that exactly?
He disowned his black kids for his white kids.
Oh, I just clutched my pearls. Really? Last time I checked. Okay. Well, I mean,
he started back at 1, and he did his last cry.
I'm not playing with you tonight. In my opinion, no, but that's pretty disgusting to me. That screams you have a problem inside because it's like it's kind of like that girl Candace Owens. I think that's her name. Like she parades herself to just hate everything black people do and love everything other. But that's what that feels like. Like I'm insecure. I don't like myself because You know, I had a conversation with my 6-year-old goddaughter about like buying her why she wants to pick the white American doll versus the whatever. And even at 6 years old, she's just like, cool, because that one's the pretty one, you know. And I don't want to be the one that's like, well, no, you know, whatever, pick something your brand, you're pretty. But it's even at 6, she understands on some level. So I'm confused what the hell he doing. I'm sorry. I don't understand like why he would have that type of behavior. But his children are grown. The ones that the black ones.
His children are grown. But let me move on. Carrie, what are your thoughts?
Sorry.
You okay?
I mean, I hear you. In my opinion, when you say he disarmed the black ones for the white ones, but unfortunately, this happens amongst our own people as well. I mean, we see it all the time. People move on with their quote unquote other families, and you're right. The children, they really don't have anything to do with it. It's the adults, and I place some blame on the new woman as well, because me personally, I don't get involved with anyone, or I've never gotten involved with anyone that has children and they don't have a relationship with their children, because to me that's a character flaw, and that is a hard stop for me. Like that's one of my non-negotiables. Like you don't have a relationship. I don't want to hear about what happened between you and the baby mom. I don't want to hear any of that.
Yes.
Because I just stop all of that. So, and I don't want to get involved. So if y'all got those many issues that you can't talk to your children, then I'm just gonna keep on going. It's 7 billion people in this world. I can find somebody else. So unfortunately, it happens. It happens a lot, and it's the adults. They need to get it. They need to get it together.
You spoke a word. It happens a lot. A lot of times these men, they want to leave their past behind and their past responsibilities, but it takes the female in that situation to say, not under my watch.
That's right. I'm like, where your kids at? Like, where your where are your children?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question now?
Because obviously a man did that to her with her children. So why would you want somebody else to go through what you went through? Because if they're calling him dad, I'm assuming that their dad is not in their lives. I don't know, what happened to the dad, but the dad is not there. So if someone did that to you, why would you do that to somebody else's kid? Leo, what are your thoughts?
I'm right there with Carrie, and I've lived this experience. So I'm just not here for this man trying to make like his own flesh and blood don't count in his life. I cannot do that. That's just not something that because just like me and my man, he has grown children with another woman. And no matter how difficult these children can be, I don't get in this place with him of disowning your children. That's not something we get ready to do. That's just something I'm going to participate in, as well as put up this film where he's celebrating my children, right? And then not have his own flesh and blood right there with him or participating in their lives. I will continually encourage this man to be there for his other children. You don't stop being a father just because the children are difficult. What I see from Brian Mcknight specifically is he wants somebody to kiss his and kiss the ring and kiss his behind. And that's something that he wants to be lauded for because he is the great Brian Mcknight. But all these kids was made in the process of him becoming this great Brian Mcknight that he is now. Then you're going to make sure that all these other children that you did not birth, you were not their father, to give all these accolades and praises to all these children, that you were not the participating parent that raised these children. They came in how they are. If your children are messed up, that's also your responsibility as well. You can blame the other baby mamas, but that's your fault as well. Whatever you think that's wrong with your other children, that you're not going to acknowledge them. They grifters, they're trying to get over, they all about the money. You made these kids. You made these kids. They came after that. They are a part of you. They are you. You chose their baby mothers because you slept with them. That was your choice. You chose these baby mothers because you slept with them unprotected. So that is your choice you made. You take responsibility for these children, no matter how difficult they are. You do not disown your own children. And this woman that's his wife, that's participated in this foolishness, I have no respect.
Zero.
I have no respect for any of that.
Zero.
Nothing.
Thank you, Leo. You hit the nail on the head. Zero. Nikki, you need to go back. He has a YouTube channel, and I'm not even going to use my platform to play that despicable video again. He was indignant. He was nasty. And he said in a post on his Instagram that he already has an older son named Brian Jr. He names the new baby Brian Jr. and said that's his only legacy. He's disgusting. Sham, what are your thoughts?
I hate when people do things that are supposed to be genuine, and then, like, for example, when celebrities, they'll like video themselves donating money, right? And then you video it, you put it on the internet. I donate money all the time, but I'm never like putting it like, hey, look at me. So I feel like if this was genuine, he would not have posted that video. I feel like he's doing it. He was dying for Father's Day to come just so he could show us, oh my God, my other kids think I'm a good father. Something's wrong with my other kids. Like, no, like Leo said, if your kids are messed up, it's nurture and nature. Like, how you have a point in it, why they're messed up, your genes. And in the words of Diva, Father's Day, you get an F. You get an F forever, you know, for the rest of the Father's Day. And I feel like 2023 is like the year of the deadbeats. I don't know what's going on, but it's like a lot of deadbeat parents being exposed lately.
You
and I love that.
Word.
Y'all should be called to the carpet, okay?
Yes, come on now, Russell Simmons. But anyway, Julius, what are your thoughts?
I had to choose my word wisely when it comes to this scumball because, you know what? I'm gonna give public credit to my father.
Come on now.
He let not only to my father, but to my mom as well. Because they're both step parents.
Okay.
And my mom is close to my oldest. They talk more than me and my brother do. And so does my second oldest sister and her.
Mm-hmm.
And my oldest sister and my third oldest sister are very close to my dad. They consider him their dad. He led by example. He was patient. And when he reaffirmed that he wasn't leaving them no matter how much they fought, he stood the task. And I was at lunch recently with my sisters. And I was just, I went through a loss recently. My cousin had passed away. And it caused me to reflect. And I said, if I had a man who had a child from a previous relationship, that child will come first. No matter if that child is sick, has a recital, a school function, a birthday party, it doesn't matter, or just wants to see his or her daddy. That child will come first. And my two older sisters and my other older sister looked at me and said, they better come first. That's that reinforcement from the tribe. And see, everybody wants to be away from like the village mentality. No, the village needs to hold this fool accountable.
Come on now.
And that chick with a capital C, he's with now. So I'm going to say this. He gets a negative 100. And I'm a Maxine Waters and reclaim my time.
All right now. That's what I'm talking about. So we're done with Brian Mcknight. Over him. Had enough. Let's get to our graduation blues, okay? So the graduation blues, the first one we're going to introduce to you is this young lady was graduating, right? About to walk up to the stage. She said that the faculty member was handing the mic to everyone so that they can announce themselves, announce their own name. She's claimed that she noticed when all the non-black people went by. They was able to say their whole name, all kinds of other stuff, and they was able to have their moment. She said when it was her turn and a lot of black people, before she can even finish her name, the mic was taken away from her. So I just gave you a little background. Everybody hold their comments. Let me show you share screen here. Okay, which one do I want to go to?
Okay. Let's go. You didn't let me get my moment, so I want to say my name is Khadija Diallo, and I'm graduating today. I don't like how you snatched the mic out of my hand, so today is going to be all about me.
Oh, drops the mic. Congratulations.
All right. So you saw the toggle there. Let me share her response. Hold on one second. She responded because people were like, yo, you was wilding out, blah, 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 right? So she replies. Let's share that screen and show that. Hold on one second.
So, here's my story time. Basically, what happened was I was walking on and we had to announce our names and say our name before we get on the stage. So I was saying my name and she literally, my name is long. My name, obviously, I have like 3 syllables in my name. I'm not gonna say exactly my name right now, but okay, just so you get a point. So I didn't even finish getting to say my name. And then the people that went before me and everything, they all got to say their name, their major, and even extras. And me and another girl noticed that she was pulling the mic down super fast for some Black people. I don't want to be that person, but that was the tea. So, I mean, I just couldn't let that happen because I just feel like I worked so hard to graduate and went through so much shit to graduate that I just felt like I had to reclaim my moment. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not a problematic person. I don't want to ruin no one's day. I don't want to violate anybody, but that's what she did. She didn't even let me finish speaking. She put the mic down, cut me off, and that was the only time I was able to speak. So I just feel like that wasn't right. So,
Who, child? In case you didn't know, this segment is called Graduation Blues. Okay, she felt like she was done dirty. She snatched the mic out of the woman's hand and she dropped the mic and had her moment. Royer, you looking like you're not feeling this right now, so I'm gonna just go ahead.
Neither am I.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this at all. I thought it was so funny in the video that she said that this is not her, but this is you. Because if it wasn't you, you wouldn't have done this in the first place. Now, let's just keep it funky. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100%. We all know, those of us who are individuals of color sitting on this live, that nothing has ever been fair for us. So at what point in time did you think it was going to be fair for you to be able to walk across this stage and say your full name? As you already stated, you seen that they were not letting the others do so.
No, she said they were.
No, I'm talking about us. The others of us. Okay. The others of us do so. So what made you think that you was going to walk up there and be able to get your point across, ma'am? Granted, it was 100,000% wrong what they did. But at some point in time, we got to wake up and smell the coffee and realize that nothing was set up for us. Nothing. And this type of behavior is going to follow you for the rest of your life. And you know what they're going to think? If she's problematic like this over a graduation, how is she going to act with conflict in the office?
Well, all right, Maria. You said what you said.
And I meant it.
Oh, my.
But Diva, it's like...
Hold on, guys. In my opinion, go ahead.
Oh, and I hope she already has her diploma, because as you said, they snatched the other girl diploma already. So I hope she got her diploma by now.
All right. In my opinion, your thoughts?
This is a sad story for so many reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be accountable for somebody else's actions, but you can be held accountable for your own. Granted that it may have felt bad to you, but when you show up in America, people see you for you. And you just showed all of America that you was giving them your behind to kiss. And it's sad because you ruined your own day where you should have been happy and celebrated. And instead, this is what you showed us. You showed us that you wanted us to see you get your behind up on TV and look a damn fool. Okay, when it should have been a happy point, you making it a sad point. Now those kids have to deal with this graduation because here's the thing. It's not just your graduation day. There are a bunch of other kids that were getting their diplomas as well, and you ruined it for all of them. Sad. But I blame their parents because your parents didn't teach you nothing. They should have taught you how to be respectful.
Cool. All right. Okay. Graduation blues, people. Graduation blues in case you're coming in late. Dustin, what are your thoughts? She snatched the mic and then dropped the mic.
It was very unfair. I think she should have been able to speak at her own graduation party.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Dustin. Emmanuel said, imagine going through 4 years of hard work to do this. He said, shaking my head. Adele, what
imagine Martin Luther King going through all he went through and Rosa Parks going through all she went through, but they didn't get on TV and act a fool.
Who's child? Adele. It's Adele's turn. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. It's Adele's turn. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree 100% with what Royer and my opinion said. However, I'm going to be just a little bit anti myself because the kids that I work with, I always tell them don't lose your right, because a lot of the time someone's doing something wrong to you, and the moment you act out at what all people see is the behavior that you had. However, I'm saying this because she rocked the boat, and trust me, they're going to look at the behavior that the lady had as well. Because right now on TikTok, the video itself went millions over millions. And I'm not saying that she's right for reacting that way, but there is some of those people that needs to rock the boat. The wrong thing sometimes in the right situation can bring some right action. And I'm saying this knowing that it was not the right thing that she did. But sometimes, like, think about the civil rights movement. Yes, Martin Luther King played the biggest and hugest part, but there was some people who didn't do the right thing, that if we waited for someone to grant us every movement that was needed, we'd still be waiting. And I'm saying that knowing that this is not necessarily what I would do and my belief system, but I know there's a place sometimes for someone like her. And it's tough to say that, but it's true. Because when you don't have the right, and when you have a person like her who is just pulling down the mic just for certain people, like, how long are you going to wait for them to hold the mic for you? Like, it has to change at one point, and sometimes it's like this, unfortunately. And I'll leave it at that. Thank
you, Adele. Nikki, your thoughts?
Y'all know, listen, go get the fire extinguisher and all the people at the fire station, because I cannot. I completely disagree with all of the people that spoke before. It just got my heart like beating, because one thing I cannot stand is a bully. And from the clip that you played me, it felt like that teacher or staff or whoever was trying to bully her. This is her graduation, and it is whoever else's graduation. But what we're not going to do is gaslight this conversation and act like this child that just graduated at 18 years old, I'm assuming, is wrong because she wants her name to be said just like every other participant at this graduation. Last time I checked, she earned her right to be there, unless we got some bad information. So if I earn my right to be here, please explain to me why I'm bowing down to anybody for any reason. And since we're going to Martin Luther King, I think one of his statements was, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. So what we're not going to do is say we're going to take it and take it and take it. That's the problem with this country right now. We've taken too much, laid down, did everything. I'm not Martin. I'm me. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to let anyone, I don't care how old or whatever you are, disrespect me and take my moment. I'm confused as to how this got flipped on her. she was the one that's supposed to be, unless I don't know what graduations are, who the graduations are for. But the last time I checked, it's for the students that put in the work. That's who it's for. So you're here to honor me, and I'm supposed to sit on. I would absolutely never do that, and I would never tell a child or the victim that they need to silence themselves and that they've embarrassed somebody. No, she stood up for what's right, and she should absolutely stand up for what's right. I would never tell my child, let someone walk all over you. Period. Nobody is gonna walk all over me, and I would have did the same thing. Yeah, you're not gonna give me my time. Let me reclaim my time right here, right now. If you're gonna be, you're gonna try to intentionally embarrass me, you're gonna be embarrassed too. And I really don't care about how many people go online and unlike it, unfollow, and whatever else, because you're not my people anyway. Then, if you're not gonna ride with me when I'm right, and I'm 100% right, if I earned my spot to say my name just like everybody else. So you're not going to change the rules for me because you don't like me, or you don't like my color, or you don't like my gender, or whatever else in between that. See, this is why I'm like, this train is on fire. I just can't believe it. I respect everyone's opinion, but I just don't understand how this is her fault. This is her graduation, not the teacher or the
And I just
faculty
want to
member or
add, because
whoever else.
everybody's been asking, it's college graduation, and I hear you. I hear you.
But let me say this too. Let me say this one thing.
Hold on, guys. Let her finish her words. I hear
and
you.
I do apologize because I'm just heated, because I work with people
You're fine.
who are always oppressed.
Everybody got to have their opinion, and there are people that are agreeing with you also, Nikki. So hold on, everybody. Trent is one of them. Thank you for the super chat. He said I'm late, but the girl who snatched the mic is a hero.
Boom.
Go ahead, finish, Nikki. Finish your
I just want to say this. My name is Nikki on this panel because when I started my first job, they were like, on the application, it says something like, do you have another name? And so my name is complicated because it's not a usual name, but my legal name. Right. And I don't get offended because it's my legal name. You know, it is what it is. Right. But at both graduations, I graduated from Black High School and HBU here in Houston, Texas. And at both of those schools, I had trouble because I'm like, I know no one at this school is going to pronounce my name right. So my nickname, which is what everybody calls me, Nikki, is what I wrote on my little thing that gives to you to say, write your name out or whatever. And I remember at the high school graduation, they wanted me to say my real, that's not what's comfortable for me. And you're going to mess it up. So let me write on here what I want. And when I graduated from college, same exact thing. Until I got to the University of Houston, which is not very brown, let me say that. Then those people didn't have a problem. They was just like, whatever you want to be called. But at my HBC, it's like, no, you have to have whatever's on your transcript and whatever else. It's my moment and it's my money. And I'm not understanding why I can't say my name, why I can't ask you to address me properly. Because I find it hard to believe that anybody out there in the world wouldn't feel some type of way if all you want to do is be acknowledged where you're supposed to be being acknowledged, and someone is trying to take that from you. I can't. But everybody, like I said, I respect everybody's opinion. I have a difference of opinion.
Ooh, all right now. Okay. Carrie, what are your thoughts?
I agree with a little bit of what everyone has said. I'm not sure who the lady's name that spoke before Nikki. I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. I do apologize. But I do agree. I probably agree mostly with her that sometimes somebody has to kind of shake things up a little bit. I think there's an African proverb that talks about that, about the child that's not being noticed, and they'll burn the whole village down just to get the attention. I know I'm saying it wrong, but there is an African proverb.
You got it right. You got it right. That's
yeah. And sometimes that has to happen. It does have to happen. We may not agree with it, and it may not be how we may have handled it. But I work in a predominantly white, male dominated field, and it's really, really hard. Like, it is, if you don't speak up, you will be run over. I mean, it is like, it's insane that they don't see the issue in their biases and their prejudices and the way they speak to you. And so, I mean, heck, I don't blame. I do disagree with, in my opinion, on one thing about it's the parenting. I don't blame parenting on that. I mean, if her parents taught her that way, then that's just the way they taught her to stand up for herself. but I think you're saying it in having a negative connotation, like she's out here acting out, which means that she didn't have any parenting. No, I mean sometimes kids do things that we don't raise them to do. But then again, maybe her parents did teach her to speak up for herself. And in that instance, there's nothing wrong with that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's
but
it's
I,
it's
I'm
yeah.
it's
She
complicated. You know what I'm saying?
it's
It's
complicated.
complicated. None of us can say what we would do, if it were us.
Right. Somebody said earlier, you don't know all the microaggressions that happened prior to that moment. And
Right.
then at this one moment, she was like, okay, y'all bugging. I just watched 5 or 10 people go before me. They got to say they about to go make ice cream, start their own business in their name, and they're going to do their master's program. I get here, you barely even let me say my name. We don't know, right? Best IBK, thank you for the super chat for the ghetto grad. Poise and timing is everything. Your employer, if there is one, may just rescind their offer. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing. Leo, what are your thoughts on this situation? Graduation blues, if you just getting here. Graduation blues. Bianca, thank you so much. Everybody, please hit that like button. All right, Leo, what are your thoughts on this situation?
I do understand the paradox in that, as far as there probably have been some offers and she showed who she really was. But you got to think positive, and it may be some people that may give some offers because she showed who she really was. I am of the mindset of I'm a recruiter and I hire people, and me personally as a person, I take my time and energy to be able to pronounce people's names correctly, because that's a form of respect. And so this particular educator that was given these diplomas did not find value in these people, this young lady name and what she accomplished, and did not find it valuable for her to say her full name, how complicated it is. But she's an educator, and she should be educated enough to be able to speak this woman's name,
well, hold on,
this
Leo.
young lady's name.
Hold on, Leo. Let me add this. Here's the thing that they was doing. They were not saying the names. They was letting the people have the mic to pronounce their own name. And so what she said was they were allowed, people before her was allowed to say their entire name. And in addition to that, they was allowed to say the entire name. In addition to that, they said some other stuff too. And I'm making it up, but they was like, okay, I'm about to go work for Walmart and be the manager and this, that, and the other. So she's saying when she got to the people of color, she was witnessing before she even got there. So she was getting fired up inside. She was like, okay, how did person A get to say all this and they get to person B and she gets cut short? Then she see a couple more people of the same ethnicity being able to say their whole name and everything else. And then here come Diva. And Diva barely gets out Diva and she's snatching the mic away. So that was her problem. But go ahead.
And I agree. I agree that she should stand 10 toes down and say her full name. And if she had to circle back and cause a scene to be able to get her recognition for the goal that she has achieved, is it uncomfortable? Yes, it is. But I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times in corporate America, in things, in situations that you're dealing with, you have to make people uncomfortable to be able to see what they're doing wrong. May she see a backlash? Yes. The people that's coming behind her, I guarantee you these people that put on this graduation is going to make sure they're going to make room for people after her to be able to say their full name and what they're getting into and what they're doing after graduation. I find it unacceptable. I find it totally unacceptable. And people always try to tell other people how to do a protest, right? In the moment that you feel the protest, it's uncomfortable and it will be judged harshly. But people are addressing this issue right now at that facility, at that college, right now because of the scene that she put on. Rosa Parks was called all types of things.
Come on now.
When she said, oh, I'm not giving up my seat. I'm not giving up my seat. A lot of people said, oh, you should just gave the seat up, girl, and just went to work. Yep. A lot of people said that. So therefore, this young lady making her stand made people uncomfortable. She did not make her people uncomfortable. I promise you that. Her people understood where she was coming from when she explained it. I promise you. And ain't gonna be no job. If she got the smarts, she got the degree. Wherever she get ready to go to, the people that rescinded the offer because she did a little bit of show off, that's good. They need to because they ain't ready for that. But there's other people that are ready for that. And she will be welcome as long as she tap into it. She stood up. I appreciate that. She will receive some backlash, but there were other people that will come behind her that will reap the benefit of her doing that.
Yes, they are. So Miss P is agreeing with you because this is kind of leading to what you're saying. The young lady took charge of the situation. She's a leader. It took courage for her to do that. This may change the way that things are done at this school. See, the thing is, the person at graduation who has to pronounce all of those names, God bless them. I could never do it. Right. So I guess this particular college, they decided rather than messing up people's names or trying to pronounce people's names or somebody passing me a piece of paper, we're going to just put the mic in the face and let the people say it. But now, as a result of this situation, I bet you they are, as you stated, revamping it. Now, what's interesting to me is that facility member, she was holding on to that mic because it was a tussle. It was a tussle. Okay, the mic didn't let go easy. It was a tussle. Okay, so thanks for your comments. The teacher looked like she knew she had done wrong. Yeah, it was a tussle, and she was standing there, and it was a whole hot mess. Shan, you're up. What are your thoughts?
This is my thing, right? I'm all for fighting for our rights and everything, but there's a way you do things, right? If I was her, I would have kindly, thank you, walk off the stage calmly. Then if I wanted to be, on the social media, I would make a video about my horrible graduation experience. Shouldn't she want to be famous, right? She could have, after the fact, made a video, do a little TikTok or something. But there's a way you do things because now on the internet, your future employer, all the things are going to see you this type of way. Or you could have said, excuse me, ma'am, I'm not done saying my name. Like, there's a way you do things. Like how you said how you had to write to your school after you graduated because they were being trifling heifers. There's a way you do things. And let me tell you, I live in a very affluent neighborhood and I went to Target yesterday. True story, right? I was coming out the Target elevator to go to the garage and it was crowded. I was walking. This lady bumped into me, right? And I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, very calmly. You know what she said? These people bumping into me. And in my mind, I was like, what you mean these people, right? But then I was thinking, there was a lot of people there at Target. I don't want to be videoed. I have a job, I don't want nobody to catch me slipping on the Instagram, right? So I just said, excuse me, mom. Then I called my mom and I was like, Mom, can you believe this? You know what I mean? Because people are always watching and recording. This lady said to me, these people, you know what that means. And I was so aggravated. I went to my car. I almost cried because I was fuming. But because so much people was around, I don't want nobody to videotape me because they're not going to look at her calling me these people. They're going to look at me. Oh, you work in a hospital. You're this, da-da-da-da. And I'm still a Black girl, right? So there's a way you do things. And I'm not saying you should let people take advantage of you. I get exactly what you guys are saying. But it's a way. She should have just said, I didn't get an opportunity to finish saying my name. Would you please give me that opportunity? Then she could have wrote a long letter to the school, the dean, the this, to Biden and say, my experience was tainted and all this. Because I know now her reputation, you know how hard it is for us to get into certain places. So you worked so hard for 4 years just to be known as the ghetto graduation girl. And I'm not saying I think that. I'm saying that's what the people have been saying. Oh, the ghetto graduation girl. And it's like Royer said, you have to remember where you are and you're still a Black girl. And I know it's not right. and I'm thankful to Rosa Parks and all the people. But it's a way you do things. She threw the mic on the floor. People are looking like this is an angry girl, like whoever is gonna employ her in the future. You know what I mean? So I get her standing up, but I wish she would have done it a different way.
It probably so thank you, Shan. So Trent, thank you for the super chat. He said too many of us submit to respectability politics. So she was in the moment, right? And unfortunately nowadays, because everybody got a camera, when you're in the moment like that, could it have been done in a nicer, cleaner way? Absolutely. Absolutely. But she was caught in the midst of her feelings. She was caught in the midst of her feelings. But I will say this. Sometimes there are some people in this world that got to be the sacrificial lamb. She's the sacrificial lamb. But I'm standing 10 toes down. Now, I'm not saying she was right, wrong, or whatever the case may be, but I'm 10 toes down. They changing that policy if they didn't already change it, like Leo said.
Yeah, they're going to change it back to an announcer saying people's names. That's exactly
but you know what, though, Roy, they should have had it that way anyway, though.
They should have, but they was trying to give the people a chance.
No, they didn't want to mispronounce somebody's name. So they was being lazy, and you got faculty members there. You should have got someone that knows perfect English and that know how to call up the names. I'm telling you straight up, I wouldn't have been the one.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying
like,
she's
how
wrong.
you say? I would have been like, what Angela, what? Who? No, we would the graduation would have been 10 hours if I was the one. But let me just say this to y'all too. So we brought up Rosa Parks, right? And I'm not going to go down this road today, but I just want to throw this out there. Rosa Parks refused to go to the back of the bus because it's not like we couldn't sit on the bus. We just couldn't sit in the front. She refused to go to the back of the bus. But you want to know what's ironic now? Where do all the black and brown people go when you get on the
in
bus?
the back of the bus?
In the back of the bus.
Listen,
and but I'm not going to go down this road right now because
I
that's
just
a
want to say
whole
one last
other
part.
Story in and of itself. To the back of the bus is where we go. We flock there. We live there. But that's a whole nother story. Julius, I need to.
Can I just say a last thing?
Yes,
sorry. I know I'm so long-winded today. Sorry.
Yes.
But because this is so a lot. But I'm not saying she was wrong. Like, it takes courage to stand up. But I feel like she could have done it like a better way. So she's not on the internet looking crazy, forever type of thing. But shout out to her for actually standing up for her peers and being like, this is not right. But my point is there's a way. That's
yeah. Julius, your thoughts?
So I have to say this, and this reminds me of my elementary school principal. Now, this man was like the buddy instigator bully along with my teacher. I was in life skills at the time. I was made fun of for being gay, having special needs at that. So it's just like all of that, right? So a friend of mine that I have from elementary school, his dad was running for sheriff in our county, right? And at one of his campaign events, who do you think I seen? That very elementary school principal. So I said with a very firm handshake, with that fake smile, but that little fake smile, like thinking you letting someone know they didn't break you. I said, Mr. F, how you doing, sir? And you want to know what he did? He had to look away for a minute before he said this. This guy. I said to myself, yeah, this guy.
Wow.
And so and my friend looked at me. He's like, you good? I said, I'm good. You see the way he looked away at first? He's like, yep. I said,
shame.
That's it. And here's the thing. I went through hella racism in school. I understand this girl's anger. I get it. But when you are up against someone with a prominence of power, and I saw where Brother Trent said about respectability politics, you need to twist it around and use that as a superpower. And when I did that firm handshake, that's what I did. And he had to look away. Because he's like, I'm a cuss. Oh, shit. Because he didn't think I was going to make it, be anything, amount to anything,
that part.
achieve at anything. And guess what? Here I am volunteering on a campaign showing him how you like these apples.
See, Julius proved my point. There's a way. See, beautiful.
But see, here's the thing, guys. What we all need to understand: we all handle things differently, right? And everybody had a time in their life. I don't care who you are. Everybody had a moment in their life. We're just fortunate that it wasn't caught on film, where you look back and be like, I wish I would have handled that differently, or I wish I didn't say it that way, or I wish I could take that back. So I do believe, because it's not like she was filming herself, ready to say this gonna be my moment. She didn't give somebody a phone and a camera to say, take me. So all I'm saying is that, is the girl probably extra to begin with? I'm going to put a yes on that, right? But I'm also saying that I don't think she was thinking past that particular moment and situation because she got caught up in the moment. It's like she was standing in line watching all of these people go by, boom, 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 and getting to say all of their name and their dreams and all of that. And then she gets there and she barely gets her name out. She barely gets her name out. Let me just read this. Hazel said, I went to, what is that, Nuqua Valley High School graduation last year, and there was so many students graduating, and every single name was called by the officials, and families celebrated without hindrance. That's their mistake number one to me, right? Their mistake number one is, why are the students saying the names? If you really want to control the narrative, then a faculty member should have been saying the names. Nadia, you're in the building. Thanks for being here. What's up, girlfriend?
Hey, everybody. Wow, this topic. That's why I had to come on the panel. Can y'all hear me okay?
It's a little something. It seems a little staticky, but go ahead.
Is that better?
It's okay. Go ahead.
So I just want to say I'm proud of this young lady for standing up and dealing with this in the moment. Gone are the days where we don't hold people accountable in the moment. She had every right to take that moment back. I saw that education tugging back with her.
That part.
All right. So we're no longer going to lay down and just take their abusive. We're going to teach y'all how to treat us, and you're going to learn how to value us as human beings. She worked hard to get where she was, and shame on that lady trying to take her moment from her. I get that it's a certain way that you have to handle things, but that's not the society we live in anymore. People they're out loud with it. They're dealing with things in a moment. And I did not feel like that young lady was ghetto or anything. I feel like she took her respect back.
I didn't say she was ghetto. The people on the comments are saying that. Just
yeah,
to
but
clarify.
you know what, Sharon? You can't worry about what people think.
No,
seriously. You can't worry about what people think. That woman was wrong to take that moment from her. And she got emotional. And she dropped the mic on her. And that's going to learn her. Royer, what's wrong?
Because it would have been one thing if it was just her. It wasn't just her. Multiple people of the same race had the same issue. So does that mean everybody should have just went buck wild? Everybody should have just caused the scene?
But
No.
they didn't.
It only
So you know what though? Maybe if Diva was ahead of her and Diva had more grace and could have handled it instead of just walking by and saying later that was so messed up, maybe she wouldn't have had to deal with it behind her. But I'm gonna tell you this. This is my bet too. I bet you every person that looked like her that came after her got to say their message.
Exactly. You gotta learn people sometimes. I'm sorry. And the younger generation, they're not laying down and taking disrespect anymore.
That's right. They're not. They're not. And I think I have more situations where I feel like I should have said
you know what? I'm baffled by this comment.
Did you regret it?
Here's the thing. We've all been through stuff where we felt like we was wrong.
That educator
in the
was
moment. Listen,
back at
no,
her,
wait a minute. Hold on. You ain't letting me get it out. We've all been through moments where we felt like we was wrong. But we also know that there's a right way and a wrong way to handle it. If she had got the mic and she was just saying her name, I would have said bravo. But she did so much extra. She spent the round, had a whole speech about how she didn't get to say her name. And then what was dropping the mic for? Like, really, what was that for? Like, if you
For
gonna
me,
tell me this was all because you didn't get to say your name, then say your name and give the mic back. You don't have to do just because somebody does you wrong, don't
Right.
mean hey, you turn around and slap their ass right back. Like two
Right.
wrongs don't make a right. So there was a right way to handle it and a wrong way. She could have still took the mic, been respectful, and then gave her the mic back. That's respect. But that right there, that young lady showed nothing but disrespect. You dropping the mic on the ground. It's other people behind you that got to graduate too. Have some respect for yourself and everybody else.
Right.
You're not the only one that this graduation is for. They fought for 4 years and went to school just like you. They paid their money just like you. Don't they deserve some respect?
Right.
So,
Drop the
so,
mic.
so
they
you know
Everybody
what?
deserve
did.
respect.
Here's the thing.
I
Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
Rosa Parks. Everybody
Hold
brought
on
up.
one second. Hold on one
Okay.
second. Hold on
Okay.
one second. Here's the thing. I get both sides, right? And yeah, I could sit here in this moment, in this time in my life, and I always kind of been the same way for most of my life. But because I've been the same way, I'm not going to just 100% judge somebody else because I just been on that side my whole life. It's just been me. So my thing is, I get it. Yes, there were people behind her, 100%. I get it. Yes, she could have done better, but she was already hyped up, and then she fought for the mic. It's not like she just grabbed the mic. She kind of fought for that mic. So all of that, her adrenaline was already on 200, right? So she fought for the mic, and then she said what she said, and then she dropped the mic. So the administrator, let's be clear, the faculty member could have handled it better also. And the faculty member
Yeah, I was gonna say
is
that. She's
older than the graduate. Okay? So she could have handled it better
Emphasis
also.
on
So
power.
my
That
thing
faculty
is,
pattern
we're
have
saying
power.
100% that this young lady, because she did her 4 years and she graduated, she should have had all of this maturity. But yet, this faculty member who has to have their PhD didn't even handle this thing with grace. She literally was holding on to the mic, like, no, you're not getting this mic. And my thing is,
Educatedly
she
foolish.
could have said to her, you know what? I lowered the mic. All right, I'm sorry. Like, here it is. She could have stopped the nonsense. When I trained in the hospital, I told, and when I trained customer service, I tell people all the time, there's one professional in the building. And guess who it is? It's at the very least, it should be you. You cannot let anybody else as the professional knock you off your game. And that faculty member was knocked off her game when that girl was going at her and doing that. And so my thing is, we're saying she should have did this. That girl was dead wrong. She was messed up. People behind her was graduating. All of that y'all saying is facts. But the faculty member did not handle that situation well at all either. So we got to put some heat and smoke on her. She literally held on to that thing for dear life. And that girl had to go and keep.
What was she supposed to do? That's her job, is to hold
I
the
would have
mic.
let the mic go as a professional. Like, I'm not going to sit there and tussle with no chick over.
Yeah, I
no
would have
mic.
let the
I'm
mic
a
go.
professional. I would have let the mic go. I would have let the mic go. And then if you're saying to me, if you're accusing me of, if you said, oh, you pronounced my name wrong, or you didn't let me say my name, the first thing I would have said is my apologies. Go ahead and say what you got to say. And we probably wouldn't be here today. But hold on, Emmanuel, in my opinion, thank you for the super chat. In my opinion, I agree with you 100%. So we're split down the middle in this situation. And I just want you to know, hold on one second, let me just read this. Kat, her family had to hear their surname shortened, shaking my head. We all, you know what they do at graduations now? Because they learn from previous graduations. Before, when they would call diva, my whole family screaming, clapping, whatever, and they're starting to call somebody else's name, and that family didn't get to hear their child's name. So now what they said, please hold all of your applause to the end. They don't want you saying a word. They don't want you saying peep until every person crosses that stage and say the name. And then they say, the 2023 graduates, we present them to you. Then you can clap for everybody. So that university, they messed up the order in that situation. They get an F, in my opinion. Y'all the ones that have to hold the graduation and that writes the order for the graduation, so y'all get an F. And then y'all get another F because the faculty member, she had no control. She lost control too. When you want to hold the mic, let that girl snatch the mic. But let me, Kat, I got that. Hold on. Let me get this next super chat and then y'all can say what y'all want to say. Hi, Bob. Thank you so much. For the super chat, we are too worried about the white gays. There is no reason to take blatant disrespect. Break the bully's foot and they can't kick you.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I cannot. Go ahead, Boyer, because you're hot.
I don't have nothing to say. I'm 10 toes
Can
down.
I say?
I said
Yes,
what I
go ahead.
said.
I mean, yeah. Can I say something? So I went. So I went through a SH case on my job,
Mm-hmm.
and the case lasted almost 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
and that's deliberate. If anybody knows anything about those cases, they do it to try to wear you down
Drag it out.
and drag it out. They want you to quit. So when I heard somebody say, when you're going up against people with power, it was me against the Department of Defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I won. And I tell people on my job, if I walk around that corner after what they put me through, I wish I would hear somebody saying anything about me or treat me. I'm going off in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, I'm the only person like me that worked in my department, almost in my side of the building. So just imagine what that's like every day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I don't walk in there like I don't belong there. Because I got hired.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gave me a job. I got hired on that job.
Mm-hmm.
So if I hear somebody saying something, or, because they do a lot of that little water cooler chatter or whatever they want to call it.
Microaggressions.
Yeah. Oh, but I get them all the way together.
Mm-hmm.
So people can miss me with that. Oh, it's a certain way to do it and all that. No, I'm not my grandmother or my great grandmother or my father. That's what they did. That's what they did. My mom had to quit her job because of racism.
Mm-hmm.
My mom only got hired because she was Black.
Mm-hmm.
And she dealt with that for over 20 years until she couldn't take it no more.
Mm-hmm.
Until they just ran her off, basically.
Yeah. You know what?
So when you don't say anything,
come on now.
When you're thinking that you're doing the right thing by not saying anything, it's causing you a lot of pent up frustration and anger and just no.
Talk to the people.
So whether I'm right or wrong or indifferent, I'm gathering you on the spot. On the spot. We're not going to human resources. I'm not going upstairs to talk to my white supervisor about my white coworker. I'm not doing that. I'm talking to my white coworker and I'm gathering her or him on the spot. That's how Carrie's gonna do it. I don't know about nobody else, and I could be right, wrong, or indifferent, but that's how I'm going to handle it.
Yeah. It's a case-by-case situation, right? Case-by-case basis. But what I wanted to throw out there is, let's put some smoke and heat on the faculty member, because she didn't handle it well either. And she was the one that was supposed to really handle it well from the first place. I just want to say this, right? I want to say that when you deal with these situations on a regular basis, and then it just builds up. You know, I'm gonna let you speak, Roy, but also I'll be quicker than I was going to be. I'm going to say this. I went to Millenberg School of Nursing. It was a nursing school, right? Connected to a community college. And then later on, I went back and got my BSN. But first, I went to nursing school. It's called Millenberg School of Nursing. Can I tell you that me and my girlfriend, not even 3 minutes late, this is graduation day, not even 3 minutes late for the picture that goes on the wall, okay? We wasn't even 3 minutes late. The photographer was still there. Wouldn't take the picture. Wouldn't take the picture over. Wouldn't take the picture over. So now historically, in the picture for our graduating class, we're not in it. None of them tricks said wait for them. And they knew we was coming. The administrator's there and the photographer was still there. Wouldn't take the picture over. But that was just like the 10th or the 20th thing that happened in that darn nursing school. Hot mess. It's like, you know, certain people have to deal with so much. And it's like, okay, well, God darn, when is enough enough? When is enough enough? I promise you this. I'm not going to name the facility, but there was, in my department that I worked in this particular hospital, there was 3 of us. No, let me take that back. It was 5 of us. It was 5 of us. 2 of them was on night shift. 3 was on the day shift. A day shift manager called the 2 on the night shift dumber and dumber. This one chick had her master's in nursing. And the one that was calling her dumber didn't even have her BSN. And I sat there and I said, when I heard it, I said, how you calling that girl dumber and she got a whole master's degree and you don't even have your bachelor's? All I'm saying to people is, I get it. This girl messed up. She could have done it better in hindsight. She could have just said, can I please say my name and not move? And maybe wait until the woman maybe gave her back the mic. But I'm not a psychic, but I have a feeling the way the woman was holding on to the mic, she wouldn't have gave her back the mic. Go ahead, Roy. What are your thoughts?
Because I'm getting mixed emotions from you. And you know I love you, Auntie. But you know, when I had my issue at the top of the year with my situation that was going on, you gave me some great advice. Mm-hmm. You didn't tell me to go up in the office and act the damn fool. Mm-hmm. You didn't tell me to go cuss my manager out. You told me exactly the proper way to handle the situation.
Facts.
So I'm confused. And also, this young lady said in the TikTok video that you showed, she wasn't sorry about what she did. She meant it and she did it. Mm-hmm. So I'm confused on where we're finding her respectful.
So let me unconfuse you. Let me unconfuse you. But Savannah, thank you for the super chat. Did you see security guards standing by doing nothing? Holla. I saw that. Holla. Let me thank you for the super chat though. Let me just say this. There is no one, Roy, you know me. You know how I get down and do things. There's no one in the chat. There's no one on this panel where they would call me ahead of time and ask me about a situation, and I would say, handle it all wild and crazy like she did. I wouldn't even do that myself. I told you, I could tell you 1,000 situations. I would not do that myself.
Trent told me to call him next time when it comes to this.
Don't call him.
I'll tell you the curse there.
Yeah, y'all know I'm just messing with Auntie Diva. Y'all know I got to mess with her, but
yeah. So I would never advise anybody to act that particular way. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, she did it, and I'm not putting 100% on her back because that school messed up from the jump. And then after the school messed up, Matter of fact, that faculty member should be sat down somewhere.
I totally agree.
You sitting there tossing with the girl over the mic?
Yeah, the faculty member. True.
Come on now, you a whole PhD.
But now I just personally feel like it's going to be hard in their eyes to sit her down because of the decision that she chose to make. Because honestly, if we really be real about it, she could say assault. That professor could call for assault.
Can I say something about that?
And a hush fell over the room.
Go ahead, Emmanuel. And
Okay.
Sandy's 2 cents. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you.
Yes, that was so sweet.
Yes. Go ahead. Go
All
ahead,
right.
Emmanuel.
First of all, props to Royer and to, in my opinion, because I agree with everything they said. Here's the thing. Look, I hate to say this, but there's gonna be prejudice.
Emmanuel agreeing with me.
I was like, what is happening tonight? What is going on?
Honey, mark this day in history, June 22nd. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me tell you, it must be the summer solstice or whatever. But anyways, yeah, look, there's always gonna be prejudice in our lifetime, unfortunately. That's gonna be someone else's problem to deal with. Do we need to stand up? Yes. But here's the thing. I question, did this girl really do it because she felt bad for the others, or did she do it for herself? First of all. And second of all, I totally disagree with you, Diva, about the lady with the mic. Let me tell you what happened. That girl is guilty of battery. When you are holding something and you snatch it from me legally, that mic becomes an extension of you. So that is battery. So of course she shouldn't have let the mic go. I just wanted to say that.
She should have let it go though.
Adele been holding her hand up for a while, Auntie. Sorry.
Okay, Adele, I'm coming to you. I'm sorry I didn't see your hand because I was being passionate. No way you go to Millenberg. Email me. I'm gonna tell you my year so you can see I'm not in the picture.
Not you gonna tell them the year so they can look at the picture, Diva.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Diva. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm not in the picture. Plainfield,
yes, Diva. Do that. Do that. Progress civil rights. Yes, Diva. Do that.
Yes, not in the picture is dead wrong. Adele, go ahead. I'm sorry. Your hand was up. You on mute. You on mute. Adele, come off of mute because we the train need to keep
Can
going.
I say one thing real quick?
Well, hold on, let go. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah. Quite a few people brought up Rosa Parks, and I just wanted to say I remember watching an interview with her, and they asked her why she did it, and she said, "Honestly, I did it because I was tired." In the moment, sometimes, and because this topic, I don't think we're ever going to agree because she was wrong, but there's a part of the situation that you have a feeling for. So it makes you break yourself. Like it's almost like I know she was wrong, but I understand why she did it. And like she said, it was a build-up. She was in the line, all the stuff you said, Diva. And at the end of the day, I felt like she just wanted to say to this lady, "Don't take this from me.
Right.
This is mine right now." And go back to Rosa Parks. She did something in one moment just out of tiredness.
Yes.
And it made such a big difference in our lives now that honestly, I'm so happy she was tired. And that's all it took. That's all it took. And I just wanted to put it out there because
I appreciate you. Let me just say this last thing about Millenberg. When I went there, Chris Christie, if you're from New Jersey, you know, I want to say he was the mayor at the time. His mother was the dean of the school. Woo, 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 woo.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. That's all I can say is woo, woo, woo.
I know exactly who Chris Christie is.
Come on now, but I ain't don't take me back to Millenberg because
we ain't gonna do that tonight. We ain't gonna do that tonight.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Leo. Okay.
Can I say one thing? I know I'm tired.
Go ahead, Shan. Go ahead.
I'm sick of me.
Shan, let us get to the next one.
Huh?
Let's get to the next one because I'm passionate about
Okay, I
that
just
one
want to
too.
really quickly
Really
say,
quick.
I'm
Go
not
ahead.
saying she looked crazy to me. I'm just saying, like, to other people, like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm not saying she looked crazy, you know. So I just want to, because,
You want to clear that up. You're good. All
yeah,
right, guys.
I'm professional.
There we go. We're split down the middle with that one, but we have got to move on. So we're going to move on really quickly. Let me see which one I'm going to squeeze in because it is so many.
Do the boy that got shot. I mean,
Did y'all
pow.
hear about Kevin Costner and the house guest?
The what?
Kevin Costner and his house guest.
Yeah, can I say one? Can I say something?
Okay, wait. Yeah, y'all distracting the train ride, but yes, go ahead. Really quickly.
I
Dustin.
wanted to say that it's pretty sad to me that when you graduated school that they didn't allow you in the picture. That was very unfair to me. And
It's very unfair.
I think that was very unfair, and I think that you should have been allowed to be put in the picture.
Yeah, we was late, Dustin. In all fairness, we was late, but they could have took that picture over. But now my grandkids and my great grandkids,
oh my god,
oh my god,
they gonna see you on YouTube.
But she was already, but she was still there, so she could take it back.
When they go to Middleburg School of Nursing, I'm not going to be in the picture with my graduating class. Now, come on, let's move on because I'm getting emotional. I'm about to go grab a mic like that girl did. All right, let's move on.
I'm sorry, Diva.
How long
I'm
ago
getting
was this,
emotional.
It
you
was
told
a
us
long
after
time
10
ago.
years.
But don't be doing that. Don't be asking me how long ago. Don't do that. I'm not in the historical picture that lives on the walls in Middleburg School of Nursing. Terrible. Anyhow, okay. So
I'm sorry to make you emotional, Diva.
Thank you. It's okay. So let's continue here. I'm gonna do this one really quickly, y'all. Really quickly, we're gonna talk about the girl that this particular young lady, they were given rules ahead of time. They were given the rules ahead of time. No whistling, no yelling, no dancing, no yada yada who. They called her name. It's an all-girls school in Philly. They called her name, and what she get to doing? She go up there and she get the shimmy shaking. And guess what? When she got in the administrative phase where she was supposed to get her diploma, she told her, go on. You ain't getting this right now. So we're going to share this screen and show her situation. Okay, let me do this. I gotta make sure, guys, I don't want nothing playing here. Let me just mute this. Y'all can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So Philadelphia high school grad denied diploma at the dancing on stage during her ceremony, okay? And she was told ahead of time, don't do that, boo-boo. A graduate of the Philadelphia High School for Girls denied her diploma by the school's principal as she danced across the stage during the school's commencement ceremony on June 9th. Now, I don't want to butcher her name. 17, she was overly ecstatic about graduating, was captured dancing with a bouquet in her hand as she made her way to collect her diploma in front of her family and friends, receiving a light chuckle from the crowd. When the team reached out to claim her diploma, the principal, Lisa, seemingly waved her away, not allowing the team to walk off with the degree. She stole the moment from me. Okay, I will never get that again. I was so embarrassed. I couldn't even enjoy the rest of graduation. Well, boo-boo, this one now, you was told the rules. You was told the rules.
It's different because
that's what she wanted. She wanted to show off for the people. So we're gonna look at this real quick. Let me see if I can play this for y'all.
Hafsa Abdur Rahman.
Cute dress.
Jabria Scott.
Now watch the administrator. Look at the principal. The principal said, "Go on with your bad self." Not right now. And look, she dropped it right back in the bathroom. And she like, next.
Who are you to do that?
The teen said that the principal told her she could not receive her diploma due to the audience laughs. Okay, I understood the rules because I was saying shh in the video. Do not say nothing because I want my diploma. I knew and understood what we were supposed to do. Okay, she told the outlet. So her family believes she was targeted since other girls blew kisses and waved as they walked on the stage. Okay. That's what they said. Family said she was targeted. Okay. Her family said they remained quiet as she strutted across the stage, not wanting anything to tamper her special moment, claiming she was being penalized for others' reactions in the crowd. With the climate in the city of Philadelphia, these kids has lost so much, okay? Her grandmother told the outlet, the dynamics had changed, and my granddaughter wants to be an entrepreneur. If she's not going to college, this was her last walk. They told me, oh, well, she'll get over it. In an even stranger twist, the team told the outlet that the assistant principal even instructed students to walk to get their degrees with style to collect their degrees. So she's saying she thought she was just doing her walk with style. Okay, and she got punished for it. If they thought I shouldn't do the walk across the stage, she said the girls' high school traditions, nobody should have been able to wave or blow a kiss or do period signs, because I feel like the same thing. I felt like it was unfair. Anyway, long story short, she ended up getting her diploma, but she just missed her moment and she didn't get to get it on the stage like everybody else, and she felt embarrassed. But she was given the rules. She broke the rules, people. She broke the rules. What are your thoughts? This is graduation blues. Go ahead, Roy. What are your thoughts?
Now this is a little different situation. As you said, Auntie Diva, you were given the rules. You were told what to do and what not to do. And when rules are given, rules are given for a reason. That's just like we talked about the other week with the plane situation and Keke Palmer. There are rules and regulations that you got to follow. And just because you feel in your head that you somebody and you special doesn't mean that you can do what you want to do. I'm glad that she got her diploma at the end of the day, but we just have to, I'm sorry, we got to follow the rules.
She didn't strip. She just shimmied. Oh my God. She didn't strip. She didn't get naked. Like that.
Girl, she did the crip walk and everything. Just boy,
she just.
I mean, she didn't do a twerk. She ain't bent her booty over. She ain't do. I mean,
but
really,
if she
lift
did
her skirt. She ain't do nothing.
I mean, at my graduation, everybody was walking it out and breathe, stretch, shake. I'm just saying.
That lady's running.
Okay, so hold on, guys. Royer, finish your thought.
Yeah.
You think the principal did the right thing?
I think, the rules were given, and we have to learn that, unfortunately, though it is not fair all the time, as my parents taught me, life ain't fair. Nothing in life is free. Nothing in life is fair.
Go ahead, Roy.
That part.
Until you run it yourself and make the rules for yourself, you got to abide and follow the rules that are given. Point blank, period. And if you don't, you're going to suffer the consequences behind whatever they said do and do not do, just like your parents.
Boom. Dustin, did the principal do the right thing and not give this young lady her diploma?
No, I have a different I think that she didn't do the right thing. I think she should have given the diploma, even though she had knew the rules, but she gave the diploma to everybody else. So why couldn't she get hers? Why couldn't she get hers? That was very uncalled for. I know she got it later in the time, but she should have got her own special moment on her graduation day.
Thank you, Dustin. Leo, what are your thoughts?
I have to make these decisions all the time, right? Like at work, like people, why the reason they didn't show up for work and all of that. And looking at the footage, what she did wasn't disrespectful like that. But she did not follow the rules. So I feel like it's all in the space of what the college or high school is trying to promote. So she eventually did get her diploma. She didn't get it on the stage at that time because she did not follow the rules, and she didn't. And everybody has to be held to the rules. My thing is, are y'all going for consistency or fairness? So the people that put out the kisses and all of that, that's not a part of the rules per se, but it is also off of the just walk shake the hand,
Yeah.
and get your diploma.
Right,
So,
right.
I mean, you have to be consistent, but you don't necessarily have to be fair. So if they would have got everybody else to do the kisses and that at the same time as well as her, I would have gave them okay. But with her, unfortunately, people, yeah, unfortunately, she did not follow the rules. She did get punished at the time, but she did get her diploma, and it is what it is. She didn't follow the rules, and it was clear. Maybe she didn't understand it. All she had to do was just walk. Maybe the administration need to say, walk, don't do anything, shake the hand, get your diploma, and walk off the stage. Only walk, nothing else.
Yeah, yeah. Adele, what are your thoughts?
I didn't get to go. Sorry.
I'm gonna come to you.
My bad. I thought you were going and thingy. Sorry.
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah. So I kind of believe what the last person just said. It seems like they're trying to create a mountain out of molehill. It's like there's nothing there. Like, yeah, this is not a story, really.
Yeah.
It just shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. It's messed up, but you know what? You destroyed her moment. And what they could have did was you give her degree, her diploma, and then you remind everybody after that, please remember the rules. But you destroyed her once in a lifetime moment, and her family was there. And like she said, she was embarrassed. And for what? If she did the split, which I see some of these people do, some of these people do a whole production of a dance, that would have been different. She did a little shimmy, and then she walked the rest of the way. And then to drop her diploma in the basket, it was a hot mess. Shan, what are your thoughts?
So let me get this straight. They can't blow a kiss, they can't dance. You might as well say they can't breathe. Because is this a dictatorship? Like, what is going on? I watched the video and I heard 4 people didn't get their diploma. The principal, I think she was just being uptight. The girl just shimmied. She didn't do anything inappropriate. And she said her sister passed away or something. So she was doing, like, I guess, in honor of her sister. And I'm sorry for being so antsy.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
I feel like she was being too strict and too uptight. These people just made it out of the big panorama. We just got out. We're a little happy. She was dressed appropriately. She shimmied appropriately. She didn't curse. She didn't do anything. She's just a little happy. What? You can't show any happiness at your graduation anymore?
Right.
That's crazy.
Now, see, Sandy, 2 cents, you being too much. You said you would have taken your... Now, that would have been like the first girl grabbing the mic. Sandy said, I would have taken my diploma out the basket. Oh, my. All right. Emmanuel, what are your thoughts?
What is happening with these graduations? Oh, my goodness. But this is the thing. Okay, this is a graduation. This is a ceremony. What happened to decorum? You follow the rules. You don't snatch microphones. You don't dance. And let me say this. Was the dance terribly bad? No, it was not. But it's a slippery slope. You know how people are. You give them an inch, they take a mile. If they were to say, sure, you can dance. Next year, there's somebody going to be doing the wob, twerking. You know how it is. And like I said, it's a ceremony. After the graduation is over, you can have a party. And over there, you can dance, you can sing, you can do whatever you want. But as far as this, no.
Yeah, I mean, but the point is, right, she was wrong. She shouldn't have danced. But did you have to embarrass her and not give her diploma because of that?
Well, she got it. But
she got it later.
But that's the world we live in. We live in a world of rules. And if you don't follow them, there's consequences.
Wow. Thank you, Emmanuel. In my opinion, your thoughts?
My thoughts is she was told the rules, she broke them, so she got what she got. Like, I'm sorry. What I'm supposed to feel sorry for? If I go 10 miles over the speed limit and be like, well, I was only going 10 miles, that police officer going to say, oh, I'm going to give you leniency today? No, he's going to give me a ticket.
That part.
Oh, good gosh. We got a rough crowd tonight, people. Graduation blues, and nobody won with y'all tonight. Julius, what are your thoughts?
At least she wasn't booty shaking and dropping it like it was hot, like some of the girls was doing at my graduation many moons ago. Okay. The dance itself was harmless, but I do understand the administration's point of view because rules were given.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand. And some folks nowadays think we don't got to listen to rules.
Oh.
We do have to get, back to the mantra, and look where we are now. It's a how is it said in Hocus Pocus? A monk.
Mm.
That's why some of the things today is a monk.
Mm-hmm.
It is okay to follow the rules, y'all. It's not like the Mr. Rules. We need to shy away from that type of thinking. I know I'm gonna get chewed up in the comments. I love everybody in the chat, but following rules is okay.
Yeah, following rules is okay. Okay. All right. So, okay. So, thank you guys for that. So, I'm going to give our last story really quickly. It's in Philly.
It better not be Brian Mcknight again.
No, it's not. Philly is strict. We're doing graduation blues tonight. Graduation blues. This is Philly. Now, this particular graduate, not only did he not get to go to graduation, what happened?
Okay, so I just want to be clear on your answer, Diva. Did you think that she was correct in what she did, or where did you fall again?
I fall into where this girl should have just got the diploma.
Okay, so Kiki should have been let on the plane.
No. As administrator, I would have just said, you know what? Let me just remind everybody of the rules. I'll be graduation down in June. My friend's graduation, this one graduation, that one graduation, right? And they constantly remind the family sometimes, please don't clap. We're going to all clap at the end. But they don't be like, because you're clap, Brian Jr. is not going to get his diploma. They don't do that. They just remind the people of the rules because they know people are human. And they know that you are excited about your little Johnny because some people, they're seeing little Johnny cross the stage and they never thought he was going to make it. They had to get him tutors.
Now he wasn't going to make it,
It's the selective outrage for me because if Kiki got to follow the rules, so does this young lady have to follow the rules. So why can this young lady get away with it?
Listen,
get her diploma?
You sure did tell Kiki to follow the rules.
Hold on, guys. Sometimes you got family members coming from out of town.
This not about the family member though. We talking about the student.
This is a family thing. The family was rooting for that person that's about to cross that stage, and now you don't want to give them their diploma. We was ready
because she shimmied across, not because the family shouted out. It was because she shimmied across the stage. Correct?
And
I guess you can't be happy to graduate.
They said because people kind of crackled and did a little something in the audience. So
she caused a distraction. She caused a distraction.
It's because here's the thing.
And so the diploma should have been thrown in the basket as it was.
Yeah.
As Kiki's breast milk was thrown in the trash.
Or Sandy 2 Cents said she would have took that diploma out.
Y'all, I'm just giving Diva a hard time tonight. I'm just messing with her, y'all.
Listen, let me do this last story really quickly. This particular guy, now this story is kind of messed up because this particular guy, let me go ahead and share the screen. It's kind of sad, and I
don't have no grace no more.
You got no grace. I'm gonna speed through this story.
Have a heart.
I'm gonna speed through this story because it's long. Now, this kid was banned from prom and graduation, and he was pow-powed. Okay, so let's read a little bit of this. Okay, let me come down. 17-year-old Deshaun Walker was heading home after school one day in February when a man jumped out of a car and pow-powed him 10 times. Now, Deshaun is in the cap there. He's the one in the cap. Let me just mute this so we won't end up getting any ads pop up. And that's his little brother. Now, you know what? The Philadelphia Inquirer, they messy. They gonna give this emotional picture with Deshaun hugging the brother. Look at the brother eyes. Come on, they so messy. But they got that off. They got that off with that picture, okay? And Walker was in a coma for 2 days. He spent months enduring more than a dozen surgeries, relearning how to walk. His legs now held together with metal rods. He struggles with anxiety, depression, and nightmares. I mean, that was terrible what happened to him. 10 times, people. 10 times with the pow-pow, okay? Police and prosecutors said the person who pow-powed him appeared to target him. But it's unclear why. He was never in trouble with the law. So get this, people. He was never in trouble with the law. Stay connected to this story. That Walker was targeted, worried. This would worry the founder of the school, okay? The fact that Walker was targeted worried Veronica Joyner, founder and chief administrator of Mathematics, Civics, and Science Charter School. So Joyner and her board members banned Walker from in-person school and events, including prom and graduation. Okay, so let's continue here. In Walker's words, instead of being supported by the school, he felt like he was blamed for what happened to him, right? I was the victim, and I felt like I was the problem. Now, in the administrative words, she said, if you're a target, do I bring that target around other people and get them caught up in a pow-pow? We would be placing others at risk by having them around. Joyner said, Walker should be grateful. She said, listen, this brother needs to be grateful the school helped him ensure he graduated. It's not a requirement that I provide you with graduation or prom. It's a privilege. Okay, so this is her stance. Joyner made headlines earlier this year. The Education Law Center sued the school after the lawyer said Joyner expelled the girl for getting into a heated argument with her classmates. A judge ultimately sided with the school. And in 2019, the same group sued the school, alleging it barred a 6-year-old from enrolling because she required services for attention deficit disorder. This administrator ain't no joke. She gangster. And she's 10 toes down on her words, okay? Days after the wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta go to the part where hold on, because I need to continue, because I need to tell y'all that what she did was, I want to make sure I let you know what she did was, did it change? Hold on, I gotta share with y'all again. What she did was she accused him. She felt like, is this the one I want to do? Yeah. She felt like, let me make sure. Yeah, this is it. She felt like he was part of something different because she asked the people how he get his expensive clothes. Okay, so what part do I want to get you up to? So immediately Joyner said, why is all of these ads popping up? I cannot right now. So immediately after Joyner said she and her board members determined that Walker couldn't return to in-person schooling or events, including prom and graduation, because police said he was targeted. She said she worried that the people may return and felt his presence was a danger. She said, if you're a target, do I bring the target around other people and get them caught up in the pow-pow? We would be placing others at risk around him. Walker said the man who police say pow-powed him, 20-year-old Mcknight, who is now facing attempted, M charges, lives in the neighborhood. But he's never spoken with him and doesn't know why he did it to him that day. So anyway, I want to come down where she pretty much asked students, how does he afford his clothes? How does he have that expensive backpack? Okay, let me see if I could just jump down to it. Joyner stands by her decision, especially in light of the, pow-pow that happened at a high school graduation. She said, I'm looking at the violence in the city and making a decision not to place anyone at risk, she said in an interview. It's a safety issue. That's the only thing I could do to protect us, right? They said he's also hurt. Let me just see here, because I want to show you. Great Nissan, blah, blah, blah. It's unfortunate. My heart goes out to them. Joyner made headlines. I don't know where to point it out in the interview, but I promise you, this woman asked people Here it is. Walker said that after he was pow, several friends told him that Joyner asked them how he could afford a designer backpack and shoes, plus a prom suit that cost a few $1,000s. Walker believes she's insinuating that he was selling, pharmaceutical stuff, okay, or involved in crime to pay for those items. And his mother said, listen, I work. That's how he got those items. So the administrator, I put this article in the description if y'all want to go see it. She was messy. And I think the real reason it wasn't about safety. I think the real reason is because she felt like
he was discriminating against
she was
him.
not having that in her school. Now, Best IBK, thank you for the super chat. That's right. You said high security home. Oh my gosh.
That part.
He was discriminating against him. Let's call it what it is. That's discrimination. It wasn't like the first two graduation stories.
Exactly.
That was discrimination. That baby could have lost his life for what?
Mm-hmm.
For being a wrongful target. Let's keep it what it is. Listen,
Ooh.
I just lost a cousin for no reason. Was he perfect? No. But I'm going to tell you this. These people nowadays, they out here killing these damn streets for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
They out here shooting in these streets. Bow. For no reason. Let's just keep it real. We can't discriminate just because someone was pow thinking it's gonna happen there. Sometimes folks are lucky by God to still make it through something like that. What happened to common courtesy in the episode with the Golden Girls where Blanche says, what happened to chivalry? Well, I'm gonna take that message and I'm gonna twist it around. What happened to chivalry? What happened to being civil? What happened into checking in on your neighbor and asking how you're doing? What happened to it?
Well, she tried to cloak this thing up as she was just concerned for the students, because he was a target. To asking the people, well, how does he afford this stuff? So no, you concerned for he was a gang member or something like that.
And it's like his mom was offended. Like, dang, I'm a black woman. I work hard to provide my kids nice things that I didn't have, and this is the things that I get. Okay, you know what? Now I'm about to fit the stereotype. I'll see you outside. How about that?
All right, I'm gonna start at the bottom. I'm starting at the bottom. Smoke. What are your thoughts?
Smoke, is that my Kiki Sheard you got tonight?
Yes, but she was giving me Jennifer Hudson and Dreamgirl, so that's why I used that picture. So anyway, yeah, what topic we on tonight, Diva? Where you at?
This is graduation blues, honey.
Oh,
and this particular kid from Philly, he was on his way home from school. Someone powed him 10 times. So the school decided, you know what? You can't come to prom, graduation, back in the school. We're going to help you graduate, but you can't come to no activities because we cannot put the rest of the school in danger because the police said he was targeted. So she was like, well, he can't come back up in here because I cannot risk the other students being jeopardized. But then she claimed she wanted to protect the students, but yet later on she was asking his friends how he afford that a designer backpack and those shoes and a suit for prom that cost thousands of dollars.
Oh my gosh, I just can't. You said they're located in Philly, right?
It's Philly.
Well, everybody's a walking target in Philly, so why is she singling out this one boy? Like, I'm sorry, that's
my point, Smoke. That's my point. She was being discriminatory.
And just my thing is like for Black people specifically, graduation and prom are those things that we look forward to. That is just the thing that we want to get to show ourselves off. We don't do it often. Well, some of us don't. I'll speak for myself. But it's just like that's the moment where you could kind of just like that is your day to just kind of just really like pat yourself on the back being like, I did that. And the fact that this boy couldn't help that he has enemies or whatever in the streets that powed him. Now you're taking away those moments for what? who's to say something still can't happen at that graduation or that prom with him not being there? So there's no guarantee. What you can do is ensure that all safety for all students and just have extra protection at the graduation and at the prom. But just to take that away from him and to kind of just put another kind of just nail, oh, I don't want to say that, that's bad. Basically put another pow in him and like take that away. I honestly, I think they should just find a way to make it work, get extra security for both events. But I mean, like if he's in Philly, like Philly does have some bad parts, not all, but it's just like anything can happen to anybody on any
Okay,
given
but I can say
day.
the same thing about my hometown. There's people powing every other day, but no school administration around here is turning the kid away from graduating. Actually,
Right.
what they're doing, they're seeing, okay, how can we care for our babies? The night I graduated, I was in a car accident going to my graduation. And my
Oh, wow.
administrator, when I was walking across the stage, she was like, "Are you okay? This woman is heartless. She is discriminatory, and she deserves." I'ma shut up.
Yeah, it's a mess. I think again, this is a case of the administrator didn't handle it correctly. She didn't, but she straight up said, "Listen, graduation and prom is a privilege. I ain't got to offer you that." She also said in this article that she set this boy up for success by helping him get his diploma in the first place. No, this administrator here, she gangster. She got a mouth on her. She got a mouth on her.
Well,
And
since she gangster, she better be prepared to back it up in a certain kind of way. Because if I was that boy's mama, I would have been like, "Boo boo, you know what? Let's do like the movie say. Let's set it off. I'll see you outside. You want to be gangster? Guess what? I'm gangster too."
Whoa, Emmanuel, what are your thoughts?
Okay. Philly. Oh my God. Nothing against Philly, but they have really bad sports fans. But going back to this story, forget the other two people we just discussed. This was actually a victim. He was targeted and he was actually hurt. And like someone said, thank God that he's still alive. Now, everybody has a right to education. Okay, that's one of our human rights. So for this principal to be like, oh, he's lucky he even graduated or whatever, that's messed up. And look, I get it. You know, security. I'm all for security, but most proms, the high schools don't even have them there. They rent out some hotel or whatever. So I'm from security. I mean, security should be there regardless. And, you know, just follow those safety protocols. You know, everyone needs to have a ticket, bring their school ID, whatever. But for you to not let him go, like take away that part of the high school experience, that's just messed up. And talking about the clothes and what is she trying to insinuate now? I mean, no,
Like,
this
she
is
was
messed up.
insinuating her accusations were very clear.
Yeah, I
She's
know.
trying to say, yeah, I know you know. She's trying to say who gets pow 10 times randomly. And she's trying to say he had all of that expensive stuff. Now, when she said the suit cost thousands, now I mean, I know parents that will go all out for the kids for the graduation and the prom, but thousands? It's a lot for a suit, but that don't mean that they was doing something illegal to get it. But Adele, what are your thoughts?
I think this is one of those things where it's like, this is why a lot of young kids don't like administrators, because they don't give them the respect that they deserve. Like they treat them like they don't see them sometimes. No one, you cannot victimize a victim just because you think something might go wrong. Look, so many people will be excluded from certain things. Yes, there may be concerns, like it's just what it is, but you can't come to your graduation because of this possibility of this or that. There's so much possibilities in life.
Yes.
And like someone said before, if you need to get security, whatever it may be, but you cannot deny something a person has a right to just because the possibility might occur. So this is a stretch. This is a stretch for her. And then she's being a police investigating the situation. It's just, we have to realize sometimes, like, everybody has something that they might, and I can't even say for this kid because this kid, they have no record of for him. They have no evidence that he was doing anything. It's just basically they're just guessing. So that's a part of it too. So I don't think this should have happened. Period.
It was messed up. Sandy, 2 cents. I think it was a charter school. Because she interviewed, so that's why she was able to do what she want when it came to admitting people in the school. She, would interview the people for the school and all of that. Shan, what are your thoughts?
In the words of Bedside BK in the comments, higher security, HOE. You know what? I don't know what kind of rock she lives under, but in 2023, nowhere is safe. When I was going to school, thankfully, I never thought about like when I was really young, middle school, I never thought about people coming in and pow. But the school's not safe. The church is not safe. Your own home is not safe. Anything could happen anywhere. I think he has a right to go and just hire extra security if he's so worried. But I don't think she's worried about the students. I think she's worried about herself.
Just to add to the story, right? His name was printed in the graduation pamphlet, but it wasn't read out loud. She played them all day long. He wasn't.
And then why are you worried about what he
she
wears and whatnot? That's not your job as a principal to worry what he wears. And he hasn't been in trouble and everything. And if anything, you should have a little bit of compassion for him. Like, wow, this happened to you and you survived.
Say it again. Say it.
Period.
Compassion.
Yep. And like Julia said, discrimination, 100%.
100%. So she also denied saying anything about his clothes, but she did question the course of his prom suit when speaking to the Philadelphia Inquirer. So she said everything she said. She was messy. Julius, go ahead. Any more thoughts you want to add?
That I'm gonna say this, and I know some of us don't like Nene on the panel, but I'm gonna imply her saying here when it comes to this lady. I said what I said, and that lady said what she said. And it's like there's that baby could have not been here to see graduation. He could have not been here. That boy is blessed to even after being shot, pow, 10 times. He could have been somewhere else. And I hope, just like Radia said in that comment, I hope his parents sue. And I hope they win.
Well, this is Sandy 2 cents putting a good question out there for y'all. If your kid went to the school with him, would you worry about your child possibly getting powed in the crossfire if they allowed him to come? Before you answer that, let me just add this, right? She said, listen, she said Walker, this is the kid's last name, should be grateful the school helped ensured he graduated. She said, we didn't let him drop out. He received a computer, and the teachers were instructed to work with him through the hospitalization. She said, I'm handing him a diploma, a lifeline, and that's where the focus should be. I have put him on the side to go to college, get a good job. He now has a ticket. So in other words, she's saying, shut up.
Can I answer that, Diva? Hold on one second.
Hold on, because I want to go around. Go ahead, Roy.
I'm sorry. I just have to address this real quick. Nikki stated that she is amazed about how many people on the panel have never broken rules in their entire life. Epic. First of all, we have all broken rules, and we have all accepted the consequences of the rules that we are broken. The conversation was not about breaking rules. It was the fact of there are consequences behind the rules that you broke. And unfortunately, she had to suffer the consequences behind those rules. So it's not about us not making mistakes or anything like that. It's about accepting the consequences of the choices that you make.
All right now.
Come on, Royale.
All right. Jonah, thank you so much for the super chat. She said, God, please take the wheel. Stay blessed, beautiful people. And you stay blessed also. And thank you so much. In my opinion, I'm up to you. What are your thoughts?
Okay, baby. I've been waiting to get into this later. Let me tell you something. First of all, let me ask a question. Since when do we give our W-2s to the school? How the hell do this lady know what's in that lady pocket? Okay? Let me tell you something. I wish a mother would ask me why my baby walking around with whatever he got on his feet. Baby, I will tell you where you can go and what you can kiss while you're going there. Okay, let me tell you something. First of all, it's not a privilege to have a prom and a graduation. That is your right. Okay? If my child go to school for 4 years, you gonna tell me he got a privilege? No, it's not a privilege, and he will be there. Because let me tell you something. You got a good mama, baby, because your mama sat there and she ain't say a word. Baby, if it was me, I'm telling you, I've been at the senator's office, the mayor's office. If that didn't get nothing done, I'd be at the governor's office. If I had to go to my state senator, I'd be at his office. And don't make me take a trip to Washington, D.C., because all them motherfuckers will see me. Okay, let me tell you something. This was a big disgrace, and I did not like it at all. How you know how much his suit cost? Did you go to the store and buy it? Let me tell you something. This lady pissed me off so bad. Oh, she pissed me off so bad because let me tell you something. My son got hit by a car and had to have a rod in his body, and it took him 6 months to get out of the fucking wheelchair and learn how to walk. And all that rehabilitation. So yes, I commend that man. He did it and he went to school with it. Okay, let me tell you something. That's a hard struggle. And that don't just fall on that little boy. He had to have somebody there with him constantly to get him in and out of that chair, to get him up, walking to the bathroom and everything else. So while you saying it's a privilege, baby, that man went through war to get there.
Well,
I know that. I hear you. I hear you.
Can the church say amen?
Well, amen.
Amen.
Ooh, child. Okay, graduation blues. Leo, your thoughts?
I don't even know why y'all want me to come behind opinion. So I feel like it's separate issues, right? So the teacher got a responsibility, right? She want to keep the graduation and the ceremony safe. Then you do that. All the stuff about the suit and how much it costs and what he got going on and how come he caught 10 pals. I don't understand what is that of her business. Her business is to graduate students. And if this young man is eligible to graduate, then you handle that. Outside of everything else, you want to keep everybody safe, then do that as well.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't understand what all this other stuff. It's her business. I don't. I'm right there with opinion. How you gonna stop this young man from getting what he earned because of the experience? And look, people in bad situations go through a lot of stuff, gang members and all of that. Young people, they going through a lot. If this young man was able to graduate, you set the stage for him to do that, for him to be celebrated. If your goal is to advance young people, then stick to that goal.
And also, let's just keep it real a buck for a minute. There's a certain somebody who was criminally charged doing a certain thing, but now he goes by a name of AB. I'm not going to say the full name, but he's a certain kind of color, but yet he's still able to finish his education even though he shouldn't. But I'm going to hush on that.
All right now. No boundaries. Come on, Kat.
And then he didn't even get shot on the school. He got pow a block from his house. Okay.
Right. That part.
And that's not her business. Her business is to educate young people and to be able to elevate them to the next level. You tend to the business that pays you and stop worrying about this young man's suits and what he had on at the prom and all of that. You do that. You do the business that pays
the prom he couldn't go to. The prom he didn't go to. So how did she even know that he had a suit worth thousands? Because he didn't get to go. She was all over his business. No boundaries. You don't speak to students about another student. Unprofessional. Sue. That's facts. Because she asked his friends.
A breach of confidentiality.
Child. Dustin, your thoughts?
But I agree with everything that my opinion said. She did not have any right to take him out of his graduation party. That was just downright crazy.
Right. Thank you, Dustin. Now I will say this: Sandy 2 Cents has a point, right? It's a double-edged sword, so to speak. What would you be saying if he was a danger? And then she allowed him to these events, and the people came to finish off what they didn't get to do the first time. But then there's other people that are that suffer in the midst of it. Roy, we're on you. What are your thoughts?
Now, Diva, I just want you to help me be clear about this because I read this article as well. So, didn't the police say that, he was basically, didn't have anything to do with these people? He didn't know these people? Pretty much an innocent bystander,
Again, he was discriminated against.
Well, even before we get there, wasn't he was just an innocent bystander that just happened to, they thought he was possibly someone else and he was pow, correct?
Yes.
The point of the matter that I'm saying is the police cleared up that he had nothing to do with this whole situation. That was a clear. So if the police can clear a situation, what was the issue with you clearing the situation and allowing this child to go to prom if he was able and to cross the stage if he was able? Then not only did you not allow this student to not cross the stage and not go to prom, but then you didn't say his name at the ceremony, correct? And then on top of that, you talked about the child in the media and two other students, correct?
Yes.
Well, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that, right?
On top of that, you said that he should be grateful that we allowed him to take a computer home and to complete his assignments. This chick has lost her mind. You need to be under the jail and in the jail right along with the people that pow the man because you about as insane as they are. How dare you? He should be grateful because he did the work still. He fought for his life and fought to get an education. He should be grateful. This chick has lost her mind. She done lost her complete mind. How dare she? And the fact that no other faculty or staff stood up for this young man. Now, everybody else can snatch a mic and do everything else, but when it's time for real stand up, nobody wants to stand.
Everybody is.
I have a problem.
Come on, right here.
Diva, can I say something else, please?
Wait, let him finish. I'm gonna let you back in. Hold on now. Whew.
I have a problem with that. I truly have a problem with that.
Yeah, you know what, boy? Yeah, I didn't think about it until you said it. Yeah, she running her mouth to the Philadelphia Inquirer.
And Diva, that's what I said.
Yeah, you did. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Sometimes y'all got to drill it in me. So you pretty much putting out there that he's a thug, and I'm putting it nicely.
Hello.
You saying he's a thug, and she's saying, despite what the police said, this is all her indirect messages. It was despite the police saying they couldn't find nothing, he never been arrested before. She pretty much saying, nah, he doing something.
And that's not his office. Don't have no school record of being in trouble. Nothing. I would like to believe that this student was even on the honor roll because you don't hear anything about him being, failing school. When you have incidents like that, you're out of commission for a while. Yep. So that means his previous history of education had to have been on point.
Ooh.
And I just have to say, and this is why I said, I know Miss Diva, you always go in order.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to just sound off because you know what? That lady is provoking a get down.
Yeah.
She is provoking. And listen, I grew up in and around the hood, not in the street, but in and around the hood. And let me tell you something. What that has taught me, you could just tell by the mannerisms of somebody that they fake and phony and they only think for themselves. And I'm going to just be honest. That lady did not give a rat's ass of a about them other babies. All she cared about is her own damn paycheck. Well, guess what? She better hope she don't get terminated.
She's the founder.
She needs to be.
She's the founder of this school, and you
It
know
don't
what?
matter,
I think
Prom.
she
She
has a
can be
level
told to
of
step back.
confidence. I think she has a level of confidence because you know she's been sued before, and in the courts she's always winning.
She probably knows the judge. You know how that
Well,
goes.
let me tell you, she ain't met the right person yet.
And she provoked the wrong community because every time one of us is doing good, folks is always scheming. Well, guess what? The scheme backfired this time. And
Well, I
all
will
his
say this. Somebody, I didn't mean to cut you off, Julie. Somebody gave us some information. I forgot who put it in there. I passed by it. But she said within a couple weeks, I think it was, there was 300 unalivings in Philly.
But what does that have to do with him? Nothing.
Well, it has to do with the protection of the students. It does.
Okay.
Well, nowhere
But
is safe. Nowhere is safe.
Well,
The
Diva,
school
I
is
would have
there till
said
those
that.
explain.
Diva, I would have said that if it happened at the school or around the school. This
Yeah,
happened closer to his house than it did anywhere else. So those babies was not in danger. Nobody was at the school protesting that this boy shouldn't come to school because they were scared for their kids' safety. She didn't reach out to any of the parents to say, "Do you feel like your child life is in safety because this boy here?" She didn't do none of that. She just found that man guilty because he had been pow. She thought to herself, "Oh well, then because he got on designer, or because his parents hadn't already bought him his prom suit, that he had to be some kind of gang banger or something." She just made him guilty. Like, oh, she was judge, jury, and guilty. Man, let me tell you something. That lady is sick, low down, and hateful. And I'm telling you, I pray to God that something gets a hold of her and show her the same karma she showed that baby.
And the Bible talks about false prophets. Let's talk about that. She's a big time false prophet.
Woo. Well, listen, people. Good gosh, y'all always y'all got my train pulling in the station late.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, of course. Go ahead, Dustin. Yes.
I was gonna say, I agree with whoever said that she ought to be terminated. She needs to get her job taken away. Yeah, that's where I feel about it right now. Yeah, she didn't. Her job is to let everybody in that class, in that school, graduate at the end of the year. Come on now, lose her job by now, get somebody else in her place. This is just crazy.
Matter of fact, I'm so hot. You know what? I'm gonna look up they sender to my dang self and write them my dang self.
Oh my God! All right, tell us how you feel, boo. In my opinion,
That's how you
tell
get
us
the
how
work
you feel.
done. Exactly.
Oh shoot! Now,
That
all right,
part right
guys. The train is at the last stop. Y'all done shuck this train upside down, all the way around and backwards. Okay. Today was graduation blues. Okay. Graduation blues. And all I can say is, oh my. Now listen, guys. You know, over here, we leave the baggage where we found it. Okay. So tomorrow when we come back, we don't bring the baggage with us. Nobody caught feelings. Everybody had their own opinions, and we appreciate everybody's viewpoint on all of these subjects. I think the bottom line is, you know what? Y'all forcing me to say this. Y'all got my hands tied. But y'all saying the bottom line is, if there's rules, you gotta follow them.
Yep, follow the rules.
Just said follow the rules. So that's the message.
Not if the rules are stupid. Like, I can't be happy
No.
to graduate.
No. When you start to bend rules, you make entitled people.
Wait, hold on, Best BK. Are you renaming the show instead of graduation?
I mean, it kind of is, Diva.
Yes. Well, listen. I really gotta close this train now because now y'all getting crazy on this train.
Flip, get out the beverage carton now. Stop drinking the scotch. Stop drinking the whiskey. Stop drinking that Henny.
Well, let me say this. For all of those who don't want to follow the rules, be prepared to accept your consequences and whatever they may be. Because you don't have to follow the rules, but just be ready to accept the consequences that come with not following those
Her rules when she can't even dance. She didn't even dance. She just shaked her shoulder. That is a stupid rule.
She just did
It
a little
doesn't matter though.
Now, Shan, you saw her do that little dance too with the flowers and everything. She was doing a little crip walk.
She was.
And
you
she
can
had
make
on
the
a long,
rules.
respectable dress. She had on a long, respectable dress. And she
I guess
didn't
you
even
can't be
shimmy the
happy
whole
to
way.
graduate
She did a little shimmy and then she stopped and then she
But
walked.
they told her no dancing, no none of that. So she
in my
shouldn't have
opinion,
did
because
it.
it's the excuses.
Might as well
I mean,
say
you know,
don't
everybody got
breathe
an
either.
excuse, you know, until
The
it's
excuses,
you know.
yes.
No,
Diva,
I'm
if you
all
get
about
pulled,
following the
okay, wait,
rules.
hold on. If you get pulled over by the police and they say you were going 5 miles over, are you gonna argue and say, "No, officer, my foot slipped. That's why I was." No, he
Yes,
gonna
I
still
am.
give you that ticket.
Exactly.
All right, guys, listen. I got to get on my train, okay? Because I got to go. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for being here. Listen, we had a ball and we did what we did. Don't forget on the way out, if you hop this train on the way in, make sure you pay your ticket on the way out. Hit that like button. Sandy, you a rebel, honey. She said break all the stupid rules. Honey, she said she would have snatched the mic. Sandy said she would have took her diploma out that basket, and Sandy probably would have showed up at the prom. You know what, Sandy? You a rebel. You looking all innocent in that picture there, but you a rule buster, a rule breaker. Listen, I love y'all. All I got to say is good night. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Night, y'all.
Good night, Royer.